Hello everyone, my name's Ian. Welcome back to my hobby YouTube channel, In Brief Book and Film Reviews. I just wanted to come online today, this beautiful day today, Sunday, Palm Sunday. I wish everyone a very blessed and peaceful Palm Sunday today. It's very cold, very blustery out, very windy and stuff, but it's still, the sun is still shining. So I hope everyone's staying very well and staying blessed out there wherever you are. Wanted to come online today and give a review to a very good film that I watched there last night. I wasn't made aware of this film before, but I was lucky that I pulled it out of the bag, and this film was called West of Sunshine. I had the late great Damian Hill, who was an upcoming screenwriter and director as well as an actor also, and unfortunately in 2019, 2 years after he finished this movie, unfortunately he took his own life and that. So I wanted to dedicate this review to the memory of that really good Australian actor who performed really well in this film, and that I really liked Damon's character and temperament within the film, and that I thought it was really good. Played a very placid father who was going through the mischief and the struggles of being a gambler. He owed 15,000 Australian dollars. It's set in Australia, by the way, this film, and to a car repair shop boss who he previously worked for. His gambling addictions took him here, there and everywhere, and the owner of the car repair shop had ordered him to pay it by a certain amount of time, and if he didn't, he'd have to face the consequences. We've seen one or two of these films before where the bad guy is going to come after the guy who's in debt and stuff, but this one was a little bit different from many that I'd seen before. The fact that he had a young kid, his own kid, Alex, who played a part as a young child, that he had to babysit for the day during this day of the day of doom, you know, and without spoiling too much going into it, and that, because I don't want to spoil too much into the film. I thought that the acting was really good. Had a good group of Australian actors there, and they played their parts really, really well within it. It wasn't a big budget on this film, but it was a type of film that catapult a young rising star like Damon, who was actually only 42 at the time. Unfortunately he took his own life in that, and it was one of those films that, you know, had it gone further afield, might have set him up. I always like the Australian films and that Australian New Zealand films, because there's something like different than that, you know, like you watch when you're a kid growing up, you watch Neighbours and you watch Home and Away and stuff and that, but and you think, geez, I'd never watch that when I get older and that, into the big wide world. But it's kind of like you'd watch them when you were kids and stuff, and it was like kind of, you don't want to say disrespect, but it's not great, like, you know. But these films, a lot of the Australian films that I've watched, and that, especially the action ones and stuff, and the crime ones, they've been really, really good. You know, really, really good, and that with unknown actors, and this was one of them. So like I said, without spoiling it too much for you, I'll just give some information in regards to the film itself. And not to put my glasses, I'm going blind these days. Too much on the computer all the time. Right, so the film was released on the 1st of September 2017. It stars Damian Hill. I really need to put my glasses on for the second name, and that's like one of those Greek names. No disrespect to any Greek viewers and that, you know, like Nikolakopoulos, Arthur Angel, Ty Perham, Faye Smythe. She's from New Zealand, I think it is. She starred in Shortland Street, Kay, Stewart, Jordan Fraser-Trumble, and many more. The director and writer was Jason Raftopoulos. I'm really sorry and that if I'm disrespecting anyone by these names, but they make me laugh because when I was a kid growing up, there used to be this thing called Birds of a Feather, and there was this character, she was married, Sharon I think her name was, and she was married to a Greek guy called Nikolakopoulos or something like that, and every time they said the second name of the Greek person, everyone started laughing and that, you know. It was like, because it was so long, you know. But anyway, yeah, So the music was by Lisa Gerrard, distributed by Exile Entertainment Pty Limited. The running time was 79. It's nice. One of those films just didn't go over too long, and didn't try to oversell the film kind of thing. And the storyline, it was really good. And as I said before, it was set in Australia. All in all, it was a really good film. Really enjoyed it now, I have to say. And it's 78 minutes, not too long. So if you're looking for a film that you want to watch, you might get this. I don't know if it's on YouTube. I'll have a look now, and if it is, I'll put it up on the credits, the description and stuff and that, and I'll put the rest of the credits there as well. Just going back to Damian Hill and stuff and that, I just like to say, anyone who's suffering from mental health problems and stuff, and who's suffering from suicide, we have all had those thoughts, not maybe thoughts about suicide, but we've all might have known someone who's taken a life, or known someone who knows someone who's taken a life, or distantly known a person who's taken a life and stuff, and have felt very down in times in our life and stuff. And all I would say is that always keep the faith as much as you can and stuff, and just just concentrate on one thing at a time. And your dreams may be distant and that from where you'd like them to be, like if you're imagining where you'd like to be, or what you want to do when you see it so far and stuff. But if you just concentrate on one thing at a time and use your imagination to go to these places where you want to go, and just take your action in that, and just take a stand in that, things will get better. Don't concentrate so much on the big things. Just concentrate on the small things, get them over the line and that, and always give yourself credit every day and that. Give yourself credit for the things that you've done. That's a big one. A lot of people don't give themselves credit and that for the things that they do and that each day, and that small little victories that you've done. Whether you're just getting up in the morning, making your beds, making your own breakfasts, taking the dog for a walk, going to the gym, helping out and work. It could be just small insignificant things and stuff and that, getting one day off drug abuse, one day off the drink. Always credit yourself and that for that and that. I don't even talk about the circumstances surrounding the suicide of Damian Hill and that the actor within this film and that, but I'm just trying to say, anyone who does suffer from suicide and who's watching this and has watched some of my videos before, that's what I would say to you, and that just take one thing at a time and that, and I think it's a quote from the Bible, it too shall pass. I felt very, very low in times of my life and stuff, and I've gone through a lot of my life, but I've always said to myself, if I can just get over this day, and that if I can just get over this little thing out, and then just keep imagining that the good things will come your way, just try and say to yourself every day, the best is yet to come. Just keep positive, people. All right, anyways, I'll let you go there. So I just thought that was just a quick one. I thought it was a really good film, a really good acting and that, strong actors, good budget. Wasn't a big huge budget. It was like a low budget, but it was really good. And I got straight to the point of an issue or an example of something that does happen in everyday life when it comes to gambling and stuff. Gamblers and how they can get themselves into trouble and debt and stuff and that. So yeah, good film, and it's good to see how we got out of it in the end, and that common sense prevailed. So that's it from me. I wish everyone a blessed happy Palm Sunday, and hope you, wherever you are, keep the faith always. Talk to you later. Bye bye.